Hey guys, it's been a long time since I've done a tutorial, so bear with me. It's gonna be a little bit, but I'm gonna let people pop on. I was thinking today I'm gonna work with some browns and stuff like that, just something neutral. Keep it kind of simple. My main focus is gonna be showing you guys how to blend colors better together if you have that issue. Since a lot of people have kind of asked me that as to why or how I get things to look so smooth. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys how to do that. Let me see what, I'm gonna turn a different light on and just see what happens if I do that. Ooh, I guess that looks okay for you guys, right? Okay, so I'm gonna play with this palette today. This is the Revolution, Makeup Revolution Sofx palette. So we're gonna do that. That's got a lot of nice neutrals. I'm gonna show you guys. It's a mess because my son decided to get into it, but so it's got a lot of neutrals in it with some fun colors in as well, but I'm gonna just stick with the neutrals. So if you guys get on, please say hi. I'd love to see you and hear from you. So to get it started, I am gonna actually prime my eyes because that's a super important part when it comes to making your eyeshadows last and not get kind of people when they go to put eyeshadow on and then they put a second one on, everything just kind of gets caught in this crease and it'll just separate a little bit. So eye primer is a really good thing to be doing. What I like to use right now, it's this MAC Painterly pot. It's actually like a cream eyeshadow, but I like it a lot because it's very neutral and the cream shadows, once they're on, they really stick on for a while, so it actually works really good as a primer. So I'm going to take a flat concealer brush and I'm going to just stick that right on my lid. I don't want to put too much on, I just want it to kind of cover the surface. You guys say hi if you're on. I think I see 2 people on. I just want to know if my comments and stuff are working. So I'm going to go ahead and get this on. It's just going to neutralize everything, get those veins to disappear. I'll just get those on. Hopefully this is going to be a good tutorial for some of you. And hopefully I'll be able to do this more often because I really want to. So you can see that that just kind of made it very neutral. It lowered things down a little bit. I hope everyone's having a good Thursday. Okay, so that just neutralizes everything and that makes it really nice. So another thing I do like to do to kind of just help with blending a little bit more is I'll take a skin toned neutral eyeshadow and I'll put that on top of that just to make it a little bit easier to blend everything together. Just because powders tend to blend much nicer. I'm gonna clean this brush off. Anybody have plans for this weekend? I'm going to be shutting my sound off for one real quick. Give me a second here. Okay, there we go. That way you guys aren't dealing with that noise because I think it gets pretty loud sometimes. I'm going to be going to a birthday party for one of my friend's daughters. Okay, so what I'm doing for a neutral here is I'm going to take this color and I'm going to put that all over my lid. This will just make it a little bit easier to blend everything. You want to make sure you're using a big fluffy brush and then very light pressure. You don't want to be yanking your lids everywhere. So I'm just neutralizing my eyes right now and putting some powder on to make it easier to blend all those other colors that I'm going to put on later. So you're not going to see much happening right this second, but this is all the steps that I take to make sure that things stay put and that they blend really nicely. Okay. So now I'm going to, let's see what I want to do here. I haven't really thought about what I'm doing yet besides just knowing that I'm going to do neutrals. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this brush here. This is a Morphe brush. I don't know which one it is, but it's another blending brush. But it's just a little bit thinner. So this will be really good for in the crease. So I'm going to go ahead and take, let's see, I think I'm going to do chocolate brown right here. I'm going to put that right in my crease. And something I like to do is start out really light, and I'll just kind of build the color as I go. So I put it in the pan, and then I tap the brush off, and I'm just going to lightly, very lightly pressure, put this into the crease. The light pressure helps prevent any sort of lines as you're going through, especially in this corner here. A lot of times if you're pulling too hard, you're going to get a lot of little lines in there, and you don't want that. So I am just putting, you can see it just adds this little bit of shadow, and that will kind of just help build dimension in there. This is a really nice, easy eye look for a lot of people. It works really well with a lot of skin tones. So it's a really good one for everyone to try. So right now I'm just focusing on building that color. I'm not really focusing on blending it out super nice right now. I'm just trying to get that color in there. And then I will buff it out in a little bit later. So as you can see, I'm barely touching my lid right now so that I don't get a whole bunch of lines in there. Let me know if you guys can hear me okay. I don't know what the mic is like right now. This is a whole new setup, so I'm just kind of testing the waters. Hello, hello. Comment if you're on so I can see if my comments are working. I don't know if they are or not. I'm not seeing anything yet. I'm just making sure everything looks even. It's a little quiet. I'll have to do some music next time or something. I get so focused and then I forget to talk. Okay, so those are looking pretty even, so I'm going to go ahead and leave that for now, and I'm going to take the same brush, and I'm actually going to stick some of this. Hello? Hi, Mom. Okay, so it is working good. Microphone sounds good. I'm not too loud or too quiet. Well, I'm going to take the same brush with the same color, and I'm going to just stick this in the outer outer corner right in here. I'm just going to kind of tap it on. So I'm just tapping this in. I'm keeping this a pretty simple one for today. Just kind of, like I said, just testing the water, seeing how this goes. I'd like to make this more of a frequent thing because it kind of gives me a chance to, like, you know, talk to you guys a little bit more personally, but I just want to see how it goes, I guess. It's been a long time since I've done any lives. If you've been following me since I started Unique, that's when I really was doing a lot of lives then. But I got kind of tired of trying to sell products to my friends, so this just entertained me a little bit more, was doing makeup. Okay, so I'm just kind of warming things up pretty good. I'm going to keep it, like I said, pretty simple here. So now that I got all that done, what I'm going to do next is I'm actually going to take a clean brush and just another blending brush. I'm going to take this one right here. This is a BH Cosmetics one. And I'm just taking this clean brush and I'm just going to buff out all the edges. Good way to do this is you can either be swiping like this, again very lightly, or you can even do little circles. Little circles kind of gives you a little bit more of a buffed out look, which especially out in this outer corner is really good to do. You kind of want it to look like things just gradually get darker. So just like that. So it just looks, I don't know, just smooth. I'm gonna do the same thing on this side. The clean brush is super important when it comes to getting these blended out looks, especially if you don't want to end up putting another color on and then just kind of having them all meshed together instead of seeing a little bit of every color. You want to get a clean brush to get all that excess off your eyes before you add another color. So just like that, just really buffed out. Okay, so what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to take that same brush after I clean it off again, and I'm going to take a little bit of a lighter shade to get right above this color here, just to give, again, a little more of a gradient going from this dark color to the highlighting bone right in here. So I'm just wanting to blow this out a little bit while still looking natural. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this color right here instead of, like, this was the neutral one that I started with. I'm going to take this one to just kind of blend these two together there. Excuse me, I think I'm getting sick, which is always fun. As you guys hop on, please say hi. I want to see who's all watching. So I'm going to take this, and again, a super light hand. I'm just going right at the edge of that brown to just buff it out a little bit more. This just gives you a little more dimension. That's kind of the biggest thing about these kind of looks is just neutrals, is you want things to just look buffed out and blended, and you want to give them some more dimension to make it look a little more natural. Same color. I'm just going right on the edge of that brown. If you guys have any questions as I go, feel free to ask. It's kind of why I started wanting to do this, is so that when I have a lot of popular questions, I can just answer everybody at once instead of having to like message people over and over again. Hi Betty! How's your Thursday going? So I'm just, again, I'm using that same color and I'm just buffing these together right on the edge of that brown. You don't want to put one color directly on top of a color unless you're trying to change the color, because otherwise they will end up blending together. So this is just to buff that out. I should have grabbed some water before I got on here. Doing okay. I'm doing okay too. I have a crabby 2-year-old, or almost 2-year-old, and found out my daughter had lice today. So I was like, oh, that's fun. So we had to treat her this morning, but hopefully everything is under control. All right. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to just take a color to put right in here. And I think what I want to do is I'm going to do a shimmer. And one thing to do if you want to get those shimmers to really pop is you actually use your finger. Hi, Eva. You'll actually use your fingers and just press it onto your lid. That'll give them more of that pop that you see in the pan. Because I know a lot of times if you take like a brush and you just swipe it on, it doesn't look nearly as vibrant as it does in the pan. So I'm going to do, I think I want to do this really pretty pink. So this one here that's like almost empty, I'm going to go ahead and take that one and I'm going to put it right on my pointer finger. So just like that. And I'm just going to press it on. You see all that shimmer there? I'm just going to press it onto my lid. And a lot of times I like to overlap this darker color right in here just again to give it more of a blended look. So just like that. And I'm going to do the same thing on this side. I'm actually going to use the opposite hand. Can be a little tricky to get used to at first, but it does help because then you kind of get the same amount of pressure as you did on the other hand, and you're going from the same direction. What do you need, Lacey?
I don't understand him because Isaac's wrecking stuff.
Okay, then bring him down and play with him in my room. Just like that. So this is going to be a really simple look. Like I said, I'm almost done here already. I'm just going to put a little bit underneath my waterline here, just again to give a little more dimension. I've said that enough today, but that's what you're doing. You just want to give a lot of dimension into your eyes. You're going to hear my son screaming because my daughter's taking him down from upstairs where he likes to play. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm taking that same color that I started with out here, which is this darker brown, and I'm going to put it right on my waterline. Excuse the noise for a minute. This is the joys of working from home. So I'm going to just put it right on my lash line. And I'm just going to about the halfway mark on my eye. I'm not going all the way in, I'm just going to about halfway. Just to kind of give more of this like doe-eyed effect. Just make those eyes appear bigger. Lacey, why don't you grab him one of his pacifiers? He's ready for a nap. I was hoping he'd take one before I got on, but of course he never wants to take a nap when I need him to. They're behind my TV. I'm making sure that most of the really dark part of this is on the outer corner because that's just another way to open things up a little bit more. So that's why you'll see me doing a lot of dragging more on this side than anything. And then this in the center, it's more of a just kind of using the excess shadow that's left. So just like that. And then I'm going to take another color, the same one that I buffed out on the edge here. I'm going to do the same thing underneath, just again to get rid of any harsh lines. So I'm going to take one of these little, it's again a blending brush, but it's an even smaller one. And I'm just taking a little bit of this and again just going right on the edge of that brown. It's just to make sure there's nothing harsh.
I won't stop crying.
I know, honey. Just let him be for now. Just like that. So I think what I'm going to do to end this is I'm going to highlight in here, just add a little bit of a shimmer up in there to give it more of a highlight. Put a little bit in this inner corner. And then I'm going to put some mascara on and call it a day. Anybody have any questions so far or anything you think you may want to add if you were to kind of build off of this look or anything at all? I'm just trying to find the brush I want to use. I'm going to use, this is a crease brush, but I do like it because it's a little more dense. So it really gets that color in there. Isaac, come here. I'm going to take this color. Probably should show you guys this one right here. Come here, Isaac. Isaac. And I'm just putting it right on the top of that brow bone. Just adds a little more shimmer. Come here, Peekaboo. What on earth did you get into?
My lipstick.
Oh my goodness. Somebody else. Look. Can you say hi? He's got lipstick all over him. So that's what I'm going to do. Is just going to finish up with this one. Again, just sticking it right on the brow bone. Just to give it a little more highlight. You can barely see it in there, but you can just see just a little more shimmer. So same thing with the inner corner. I'm just tapping this in just lightly. No, baby. And I'm just going to put it right on this inner corner. Just again to add a little shimmer. Little more dimension once again. We're going to just do the same thing right here. Just like that. So that's the really simple look. I think it's time to put this one to bed. So if you guys have any other questions, you can let me know. Or you can continue to comment on here and I'll just message or I'll just comment back. Let me give me a second here. It's right here, honey. Oh. Uh-oh, I dropped it again. Lacey, can you grab it for me, honey? So if anybody has any questions, just let me know. I'm gonna head off, get some mascara on, call this look a day. And hopefully I'm gonna try to do this once a week, so I'm gonna try doing every Thursday, just to kind of give you guys a schedule. And I'm just gonna kind of find some things that I think you guys might find useful and just come on and show you guys. If you guys have any suggestions, feel free to message me those as well. I'm always open to hearing what you guys want to learn, because that's kind of the point of these, is to help you guys do a little bit more makeup. So we're gonna sign off though, so let's say bye. Say we'll see you next time. Bye. All right, bye everybody. Oh, I'm not wanting to get off.